there were no positive cases of COVID-19 in the Northern Territory in the 24 hours to midnight last night. There were 1,966 tests taken in the Territory in the past 24 hours, including more than 500 tests across Katherine and Binjari, many of which are still being processed. The close contacts number is 199, all contacted and isolated. Of these, 166 negative tests have been returned. For the positive local case we announced yesterday, there have been 30 close contacts identified across 3 households in Katherine East. 7 of these, plus the positive case, have been transferred to the Centre for National Resilience. We are still waiting on the results for these close contacts. All 3 households are in the Bicentennial Road catchment in Katherine East. This catchment continues to return positive wastewater results, and the signal strength is now higher than it has been for some time. That means it is very likely there are more cases in that area, likely among these 3 households. The wastewater for Binjari and Large have both come back negative again, and there are no other unexpected positives from wastewater testing across the Territory. Large lockout will end at noon today. Katherine residents and residents in the surrounding communities have now had some form of restrictions placed on them for more than a month. What the past month has shown us is that we are now well and truly at the point where COVID zero no longer exists, either as a strategy or as a reality. COVID zero was never our strategy, it was never the goal, but it was our reality for a long time. Our strategy with this outbreak has been aggressive suppression. That's why we locked down quickly. It worked. It did make it into some communities, but it didn't spread across the Territory. It was kept under control. We have succeeded in suppressing the outbreak, but we have not succeeded in ending it altogether. As the past month has shown, that is very difficult, probably impossible to achieve. In a perfect world, there will be no new cases popping up. In a perfect world, all the wastewater will be coming back negative. In a perfect world, COVID wouldn't exist at all. This is not a perfect world. The lockout for Katherine, Binjari and Rockall is scheduled to end at noon tomorrow. And on the current evidence, we intend to stick to that, lifting the lockout but with a mask mandate in place for another week. This is based on the evidence that while we can't completely eliminate COVID from the community, it is not reproducing at a rate or in a way that will cause us substantial concern. For our future decision making, we will have more of a focus on the rate and scope of the spread rather than just the number of new cases. If the cases are going up, but it's contained to household contacts, then that is not a cause for substantial concern. What will concern us is if the virus is being spread in the community at an increasing rate. In the past fortnight, there's only been 1 new case that was not a household contact or someone inside the Centre for National Resilience. Tomorrow morning, the Chief Health Officer will brief us again before we give the green light on lifting the lockout, based on the results that come in overnight. We are expecting more cases, but if they're not community spread cases, it will still be our intention to proceed with lifting the lockout. We are going to keep seeing cases pop up. A case here and there does not necessarily mean a community goes into lockdown or lockout. It depends on where it is, what the links are, what the vulnerabilities are. This is part of our new normal in the Territory, where we now have exceeded 90% fully vaccinated, an amazing result. I want to be clear. We cannot wait for COVID to completely disappear before removing restrictions, because we will be waiting forever. We are going to learn to live with this thing as safely as possible. Thank you.